Patty said she wanted to learn about this stuff before she goes on her road trip, so. All right, so I'm a familiar face to everybody. So this is Bits and Bytes. We are trying this new thing once a month, doing sort of an iterative tech lesson sort of thing. So today, we didn't have a suggested topic because this is round one. So I said, I need to throw something out there. And now the idea is we do a quick lesson, 15, 20 minutes once a month. And then at the end of each lesson, I'll take a little poll or have a written little like, what's a topic you want to explore? I'll take the top answers from there. That informs the next class. So it's a little bit guided, not just Hayden's going off on a tangent about AI and like, I don't care about AI, or like, I don't need to know how to use Microsoft Access. Like, that's not a thing that comes up. But how do I set up a Gmail account? Things like that. But today, I'm just exploring the perks and things that you may not realize you have with your library card. I should also say, this does come at the same time as my checkout and expert block. So if you do have one-on-one tech questions, I can't log into my email account. I need to figure out how to do this thing. Every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to noon, I am on call, basically, for one-on-one appointments. But this one is just like, let's get some people in the door, learn about a thing. So you may have heard through, signage, posters, somebody like on the library catalogs, digital ebooks, digital audiobooks. What are those? I know it's not really a buzzword anymore for Kindles, iPads, things like that. Those are all electronic readers that let you take actual books and put them on a computer, for lack of a better term. Your library card gets you access to that. In addition to that, so we have Libby here, the first in the maroon. Just like little pictures so you can recognize app icons and things like that. So we have Libby, formerly known as Overdrive. There were two different apps at one point. Overdrive bought out Libby. So now they're trying to migrate people to Libby. It's a very well designed mobile app. Underneath there's a black K, letter K for Canopy. That's all free movie and streaming, like video access that you happen to have. It acts in a similar vein to Netflix, but is not going to be your mainline theater release films. There's a lot of British television, like crime drama. There's a lot of university, like the Great Courses Plus and things like that. Documentaries, independent films, educational things. Also, I'll walk through all of these. Also on the back, we have Consumer Reports, long-standing periodical magazine, but we also have digital access, so you can go online and say, I need to find a new washing machine. You can go on Consumer Reports, look up models and makes of hundreds of tested washing machines and say, this one's kind of the best, or this is the best budget pick. That's another thing that's available to you. And then in the library, we have an ancestry account. You look up genealogy and things of that nature. So I guess I'll walk you through a couple things, make you familiarized with what things look like, take a couple questions, we'll go from there. And then if anyone has any super specific questions, we'll be upstairs for the regular checkout and expert after that. So first up on your thing, I have Libby. You will notice, here's our library homepage, like our website, guilfordlibrary.org. To get where we want to go, everything can be found through our library catalog. On our home page here, if we select this Books tab here and search the library's catalog, you get to this kind of familiar website. Everyone recognize this for the most part. If you're looking up a book online upstairs, this is where you'd go. I even have a laser pointer for this. On the left side of the screen here, we have electronic resources. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but in electronic resources, hey, what's that? That's the little girl from Libby, also called Libby, and Canopy here. A couple other databases, but this is where we're going to explore. So Libby, it is available on iPhones, Android phones. They have a general website, iPads, anything that runs, you may have heard iOS, the operating system through Apple or Android. So the Libby app, when you first download it from your app store, again, you can work with me to do that, it will look just like this. This is assuming you have not registered for it before. This is your basic splash screen. Here's how you get in. It is designed so anyone can sign up. I don't want to say without any issue, but they make it as easy as they can. So they'll say, do you have a library card? Yes, I do. There are several ways I can help. How would you like to continue? We're going to use this search for a library. We are at the Guilford Public Library. We can see here. If we click on that, now we are looking at all of the Libby collection. So this is a system that the Guilford Library, as well as, say, the Laconia Library, the Meredith Library, North Conway Public Library, every library in the state pays into the Libby/Overdrive system, and we have a statewide digital library. That being said, say we're looking at Janet Ivanovich's Dangerous Minds. This is an audiobook, as indicated by these little headphone icons. Somebody in Hooksett, New Hampshire could be looking for that audiobook, as well as in Guilford, New Hampshire at the same time. If that happens, you'd have a normal, like your library waiting or holds queue for things. But that's how we can offer it to you for free, quote unquote free, because it's such a large system. That's basically how it works. You need to add your library card to the service and able to use it. So we have this, sign in with my card. Again, it's going to ask us, where's our library? And we are all the way down here at Guilford Public Library. I'm assuming most of you have your physical library card with you. On the back of it, there's a barcode and 14 digits underneath it. You need all 14 digits to verify your card. I just have an example one on hand. And 0000231. Canopy's nice because they recognize that most of the time, passwords that are associated with your library card are the phone number that you have on record. It's easy to remember. You can go in and change it should you want to, but by and large, 98% of our people just have it as their phone number. So I have a 7-digit phone number because I'm in the 603 area code, but I can just do our library, sign in. Okay, you're signed in, and now I have full access to the New Hampshire State Library system. Anything that has these little earbuds are audiobooks. Anything that doesn't is an ebook. You can download it and listen and read it on Kindles, iPads, things of that nature. Or if you listen to it, there is a fancy like inbuilt audio book player on your cell phone, something like that. So you want to hook it up to your car. You can listen to audiobooks while you go. It's gone are the, not say gone, mostly gone are CD audiobooks. If we purchase maybe 3 or 4 a month now, way down from where it was. It's just publishers aren't pushing them, or if they do, they're prohibitively priced. It's kind of the direction that all the publishers are like, let's go digital, and it's good. I mean, no cars are being manufactured with CD players anyway. Right. Right, yeah. So that's where we're at on Libby. Canopy is a similar service. If we,
Hey, when
yes.
you do get a book, how many days do they let you?
It is 2 weeks for ebook loans, and I want to say 2 weeks as well for audiobooks. Similarly to your normal library, if no one's waiting on it, you can renew it. There are some workarounds I don't need to explain today, but you can get an ebook for an infinite amount of time. You can do it. Whether or not it's encouraged, I don't know, but you can do it, yes.
And then if you clicked on a book,
Yeah.
it just downloads it so that you don't need internet?
Yeah, so say I want Richard Osman's We Solve Murders. There is a thing that says borrow. Yeah, no, so this borrow button here,
Yeah.
that will put it on your Libby bookshelf. You can read it from there.
Okay.
Once you do that, there is another button will appear saying like read with Kindle or read with whatever. it walks you through it. It's a well-designed app, but again, one-on-one or just playing with it is really, in this app, I don't think there's any way to break it. So you can just, throw everything you got at it and go from there. Canopy, similar sign-in process, I would say. So I clicked on, from the library catalog, Canopy, or visited canopy.com, I believe is on the handout. And then we have an option for add a library card. Similarly, asking you for your card number, card PIN. It will give you, I know it's a little oversaturated with the projector, but this one is only a little bit different in that, 6042. Once you register with your library card, Canopy will ask you to actually create an account so you can log in with an email and password like your traditional Netflix or anything like that. You won't need to remember my entire library card or anything like that. Canopy is serviced just to our card holders, and you can access everything that they have all at once. There's no waiting lists or anything like that. The caveat being it's just a slightly limited collection compared to Libby. On the back here, you will notice Consumer Reports. This is a fantastic website. As I was talking about before, if you're looking for a washing machine, if you're looking for a car, if you're looking for anything semi-electronic, tech-ish related, these guys have reviews on everything, including videos of experts talking about, the top, not even tech, the best mattresses of 2025. I hear ads for purple mattresses, but that's just a trendy sort of thing. Is it worth the hype? This would be the website that would let you do it. At the very top of this website, there is a sign in button here in green. And I do not have this on your handouts because we are recording this. If you want login credentials, talk to us up at the front desk. I don't want to just willy-nilly say, here's our account, everybody go and access it. But anyone who asks, we give that away. Ancestry, I say that's just a quick hit on Consumer Reports. Ancestry, you'll see in parentheses it says in library use only. The subscription that we pay for, the subscription that goes through the state, just allows us to access this large genealogical database in the library. Scrolling down on this electronic resources tab, we have Ancestry Library Edition. There's no login for this because it's tied to the building itself. You can see up at the top, it is already signed in as Guilford Public Library. They could not make it much easier. Family History Search Simplified. I'm looking for my grandfather. His name was, let's see, who has a semi-trackable family heritage. My family is shot after 2 generations, so I get nothing on this.
Edgar Fletcher.
Edgar.
Edgar.
Yep. And where might have Edgar Fletcher lived? Concord, New Hampshire. In Merrimack County. Find your stories. And here is people that may be Edgar Fletcher. Let's see. Edgar John Fletcher died in 1980. Edgar Ernest Fletcher, who died in Concord but was born in Milford. His dad was Leicester. That is a mouthful. But that's step one. Then you find your grandparents. It will track down every birth record, death record, military service record, and start to try to branch out from there. It's another resource that we have. At the very bottom of the backside here, said there are more electronic resources available on this, this tab or table over here. Novelist, EBSCO, Duolingo, things that we have. It is certainly not in even the top 5 of things that people take advantage of. Some of them are more niche cases. Public domain recordings of public domain literature, like Homer's Odyssey. If you want some British guy reading Homer's Odyssey, you could find it on LibriVox. Whether or not that's a desired thing, we have it. Are there any questions about anything? Yes.
This is the dumbest
Okay, that's fine.
So you really have to have a Kindle to read these ebooks.
No. You can do it on your phone, albeit it may be small or induce headaches depending on how much you like looking at your screen. But the readers have the ability to, I guess, unlike a traditional book, I should say, you can scale up or scale down the text size to make it as comfortable as you want. So we're not limited to fiction in large print like we are upstairs. If you want to read 3 words on a page at a time, you can. So I guess it's more adaptable for what you want. Or in my case, like I use a Kindle at home, fairly small text, but I can also invert the colors of the page. So I'm reading a black page with white text. And if I'm reading that in bed, I don't need a light on or anything. Like it's a calm light. Yeah, so you can do it.
Okay, and the audiobooks, now since we no longer have CD players in our cars.
Yep.
We can plug in our phones, like I can listen to Pandora in my car now.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you want to listen at home, you would just listen on your phone.
Yes, so instead of using the Pandora app, you would use the Libby app, and like I said, they have an inbuilt audiobook player where you can, I guess unlike CDs, you can adjust playback speed. So if you're like, this narrator is kind of slow for my taste, or kind of fast, you say, I want to listen at 150% speed and like crank through books. Or if you're like this guy, I don't understand a word he's saying. Like, let's slow it down to 80% and he'll have a little more of a drawl as he's reading. It's nice and customizable. With Libby, you can check out 3 different items at a time, and you can put reserves on 5. Most of the time, they're fairly short waiting lists because it's a pretty extensive collection. If you're trying to get the latest Kristen Hanna book, you may be waiting for, a couple months. But then that's why you have your library here. You can access books that you want a number of different ways. So, any other questions?
So it can only be downloaded to, you can't download it to your iPad?
You can. Yep. So there's a Libby app on the iPad. Similarly, you can listen to it on your computer at home. If you visit libbyapp.com, sign in with your credentials, you can listen to an audiobook. You can read an ebook on your computer. Libby also has like a bajillion magazines available. That's a big, last month there was a huge influx of people reading magazines. Us Weekly, Crochet World, any baking magazines, things like that. A lot of people pull those up on computers or tablets, and you have your full color. There's no holds or waiting lists on magazines. You just get them. It's a fantastic service for that. So, yes.
The canopy,
Yeah.
is that just something you put on your phone?
Yes. So
You can't take it, there isn't any way for you to watch it on your own TV.
if you have any smart TV, there is a Canopy app. If you have a Roku, if you have an Apple TV, if you have a Google TV, a TCL Roku TV, anything like that, there should be an associated Canopy app similar to Netflix that you can access and log in and just watch it on the big screen. You can also do it on your phone, but they do have big screen options. So, yeah.
So
Yes,
what
Tom.
days do you come to a house to hook this all up?
Depends what you're going to offer.
That's, I got a slap on the wrist last time I tried to do that. All right.
I
Yeah.
won't tell.
So, I mean, that's what I've got for tech tips today.